So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for giving us the chance to speak with you. My name is Takashi Yamamoto. I'm from the Peace Boat. Peace Boat is an international, Japan-based international NGOs with the special consultative status of UN ECOSOC. We are also organizing partner of the NGOs major group of WCDRR. Peace Boat organizing educational around world voyages to promote peace and sustainable development. Through our voyages, we have gained 30 years of experience to building resilience community. We organize activities like landmine clearance, sports educational programs, and international exchanges, together with the local communities and governments. We've also worked disaster relief activities for more than 20 years. Since the Kobe earthquake in 1995, Peace Boat has been responding to disaster relief activities in Japan and around the world. Our biggest project began after 2011 Great East of Japan earthquake and tsunami. We began to work immediately with local communities and local governments. Even today, we continue to work with local stakeholders in recovery. Together, we are building back better and working towards stronger and more resilient regions. Through these experiences, we've learned that people are the key to building resilience. And that the role of youth is vital. That's why I'm proud to announce that Peace Boat is launching the 100 Resilient Youth Campaign. This is a campaign to build the capacity of 100 young leaders in DRR around the world and develop our role of official messenger of resilient city campaigns. You and we here in today, as a local government, as a local community, and civil society, we are the key implementers of the post-2015 framework for DRR. One of the criticisms of HFA has been the failure to implement global and national policy at the local level. This new framework we are discussing in Sendai will not have an impact unless we take action. So this campaign will develop the young DRR leaders who will take the main role in implementing the post-2015 framework over the next decades. Let's work together to bring global and national policy to the local level. To introduce this campaign, I would like to welcome to one of the young leaders, Robin.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm one of the so-called young leaders who is coordinating this program. And as Yamamoto explained earlier, we have a passenger ship that travels around the world 3 times a year. So from Japan, right around back to Japan, visiting different countries. And in each year, we visit roughly 60 cities in different countries, implementing all kinds of programs from social issues, environmental education, and so on. So through travel, we we connect people and educate different communities in important issues, including disaster risk reduction and resilience building. And so given that we have the same objectives and the same vision as the UNISDR's Making Cities Resilient campaign, we became a campaign partner of the UNISDR's Making Cities Resilient campaign. Now, together with UNISDR, we implemented 3 pilot programs in Central America, South America, and Africa. In a nutshell, the program is to bring together different stakeholders working in disaster risk reduction in the region and doing onboard training programs and programs in the ports that we visit to build capacity and strengthen the role of young leaders in disaster risk reduction. Now, as someone who has participated in this program, I can say that it's very empowering to have young people working in disaster risk reduction come together and share their experiences and share best practices. So, for example, we had people working in urban planning, in legal issues, as lawyers, geographers, and so on, come together and discuss the issues that they were facing in their own countries. Now, the reason why this is important is that many disasters are beyond borders. They traverse borders and they affect people from different communities in the region. So bringing people together from that region to discuss these issues and share their experiences is incredibly important. Another strong point about bringing people together and traveling to different parts of the region is that you have people from different sectors coming together to discuss these issues. So, for example, we have private sector people, NGOs, local governments, national governments coming together and discussing really important issues in the region. Now, today we're very lucky enough to have 3 of our participants from South America and Central America. And we also have another 2 participants from Peace Boats campaign here in Sendai with us. So we're very fortunate. Now, to give you more information about the program itself, we work as a partner with UNISDR. We have official representation on board the ship to give trainings and to share UNISDR's most groundbreaking developments and resources with the participants. So that means introducing people to the local government self-assessment tool and kind of empowering the young DRR leaders to take those issues to their cities and work with their local authorities on building resilience at the local level. We also do press conferences in the program in the ports that we visit. So, for example, working with Cape Town City Office, who's a role model in the Making Cities Resilient campaign, to discuss issues that Cape Town is facing and explore some of the ways that they are mitigating and preventing disasters from happening. Another one is we do field visits inside the countries that we visit to link with local communities and meet both people who are affected by disasters and also people who are working to reduce disaster risk. So, the main issue here is that we've had 3 pilot programs and we've seen the concrete benefits that come from this program. Just to give you a few examples, as I mentioned before, we have participants here from coming to Sendai, and we also had our young African participants working together after the recent flooding in Malawi to help each other's communities. So building these networks across different countries in the region can have a concrete impact. So of course, the benefits from this program, I believe, are in 2 levels. We have the individual benefits, but also, and more importantly, the benefits to the communities themselves, the cities where the participants work. And so at an individual level, we have the young DRR leaders can bring back the lessons that they've learned back to their communities and travel to different areas in the region, learning about the issues that are faced in different countries. The second benefit is that we can connect participants with each other so that if there is a disaster, they can work with each other to respond and minimize disaster losses. The third benefit is that we connect participants directly with UNISDR. So as I mentioned before, we're very fortunate enough to have UNISDR on board the ship traveling with us. And this enables the young DRR leaders to connect with UNISDR. Fourthly, having these experts and the lessons learned from Japan as well with the 2011 Great East Japan earthquake and other disasters as well, we can have people who have experienced different disasters sharing lessons and sharing knowledge on board our ship. But as I said, most importantly, the main thing is that people bring these lessons back to their own communities and implement and actually take action to reduce disaster losses. And so for the cities themselves, by having young, strong DRR leaders, you can reduce your disaster losses, whether it's environmental, political, economic, reduce all of those losses through youth engagement. And secondly, you can keep your city or your community running after a disaster, have the ability to bounce back. And thirdly, you can build back better and faster. Just to clarify, by youth, there's many different definitions of youth. And I technically am a youth still, I believe. We don't really focus on the age as such. We focus on the idea of upcoming leaders. So there's no specific age limit. We just believe in developing the next generation of people who will implement the post-2015 framework for DRR. And so the Peace Boat itself has the ability to serve as a messenger with its physical presence, going to different areas and raising awareness of disaster risk reduction. It also has the ability to serve as a venue where we provide the space and time and opportunity for young DRR leaders to get together and discuss issues. And thirdly, it has the ability to serve as a vehicle to actually bring people to different countries in the region and connect them to different stakeholders. And so to wrap up, I'd like to give it back to Yamamoto, who will wrap up the presentation.
So thank you, Robin. I hope that presentation provided you about our campaigns and also our visions. For the successful implementation of the 2015 framework for the DRR, the post-2015 DRR, the framework for the DRR, we have to take the action. We have to do something to implement this framework, next framework. We hope you will join us this project, and we can share and we can talk about these ideas in order for the resilience, the world. So we have some minutes. Yes. If you have any questions,
can I just have one?
If someone want to join us, please raise your hand. And yes, good. So we will continue this. We will start the launch this campaign until maybe to make a resilience world. Anyway, we're going to work with the 100 young leaders in order to make the resilience world.
And just to clarify, so we work with both civil society and local governments and national governments. So we have, with our partnership with UNISDR, we're very lucky to have connections and access to different networks. But as I say, we do work with all kinds of people from the different sectors. So it would be great if we could partner on these projects going forward and achieve this goal of having 100 resilient youth on board our ship and learning together through this program.
So we hope we will see each other on board a ship with the 100 young leaders. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.